live. You're live.
And hi guys, welcome back. We decided that it's such a gorgeous day that we would stop in the middle of our episode and do a live for you guys. So this was not prepared, it wasn't planned. We decided for my phone. So we're filming on Adam's phone. It's kind of far away. Ooh, that's a good question.
Kind of far away, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day out here. And we just need to get outside for a little bit.
Yeah, and why not do it with you guys? So I'm just signing into the video so I can see the comments.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
So, first of all, somebody wanted a bump update on the community tab, but where are the comments here?
I don't know.
I saw them before.
Well, we were going to talk about one of the things that, one of the highlights of our weekend, of our whole week, was we've been working out together since I got home. But, a big part of that was she's been going to a CrossFit gym. And, I never had that opportunity prior to getting out to be in that sort of environment. And especially with her, like, whether you know this or not, she is super competitive. You're live.
It says you're still live. Can you guys hear us? Sorry, we're behind the camera trying to figure this out. Yeah, probably because everybody else hopped off.
Yep.
Should we flip? Sorry guys, give us a second. Should we flip that so we could see it?
I don't think we're going to be able to see it from there, but
at least see if it's going. Go ahead. Yeah, that's better. You guys, we are so sorry. Now there's nobody on
there.
Let's see if anybody comes back. Okay, there's somebody on. So sorry. We're out. We decided to come to the park. We love to try to find beautiful backdrops. So we don't know where the live cut off. If somebody could just put in the comments, and hopefully now we can read them. What's the last thing you heard? We'll repeat what we talked about, because Adam was getting into, somebody had asked if he met my dad, and if they did meet, how they got along, what Adam's first impression of my dad was, what my dad's first impression of what my dad's first impression of Adam was. That was hard to say. But then, thank God, somebody commented that the live wasn't going. So if you guys could just say in the comments, but I don't see any comments is the problem. I don't see any comments. Are we rusty? I think we're a little rusty at this.
I think it's been a while. I think that's okay. Let's go back to that. Let's just go back to the question
Just
about
start again.
with your dad.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we were that far into it anyways.
Yeah.
But we got to go back during Christmas, and again, due to COVID, 2020 was our year. It just seemed to work out every time something came up. Somehow COVID benefited us.
I kind of feel guilty when I say that, but it's true.
It is. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm here because of COVID.
Yeah.
However, going home for Christmas, going back to Jersey, it was a priority for me to be able to sit down and spend some time with her father, and for us to meet with them together. And we weren't sure how that was going to play out, because during the holidays, it's big family, everybody's going to be gathering together, and things just worked out to our benefit, and we ended up, it was the first night, right?
Yep.
I think it was the first night that we were back in Jersey. We were able to go over to her father's house. We made dinner.
It was Christmas Eve.
Oh, that was Christmas Eve.
It was Christmas
Yep.
Eve, so we made plans with one of my sisters. Everybody else didn't want to get together. We went to Costco. We bought a whole bunch of food. My dad got stuck at work. I'm just setting the table right now so you guys can understand the background really quick. We went to my dad's house. We cooked everything. He got stuck late because he works at a restaurant, so they were taking orders and stuff like that. And then he got there. He said he'd be there at 5:30. He got there at 8. At that point, was I upstairs already?
No, you were
Okay.
downstairs.
Okay.
No, we had plenty of time. We got to sit, talk with him. Your other sister was there.
Yep.
It was a relaxed setting.
Yep.
She wound up leaving. So
Well, not leaving. Oh, Elena left.
your
Oh,
sister
yeah.
left.
Sorry, I thought you meant I left. I was like, I
your
didn't leave
sister
you.
left, And then, you know, the three of us were able to sit there and talk, and I didn't think, you know, that we were going to get that opportunity. So it was great to be able to, you know, have more of an intimate setting and for us to kind of talk about, I mean, just our relationship. And
Sure.
and obviously we had some big news to share. And for me, you know, kind of awkward here. At the same time, you know, I'm still looking for his permission for, you know, for me to marry her. And for me, that was important. That was a conversation that, you know, I've been looking forward to for a long time. Obviously, like kind of the order of things, you know, that part wasn't ideal, but...
For my old school, you know, religious father, it wasn't ideal.
Yeah, but, you know, his response, man, I couldn't have asked for anything more because I was concerned. You know, as a father, I just, you and I have talked about this, and we've mentioned this on, you know, previous videos. You know, if we had a daughter, how would I be? I'd be like, you're not going to see some guy in prison. I don't care how old you are. Like, I'm just not going to approve of that.
Yeah.
And I'm the one on the receiving end, you know, but I'm a realist, and every father wants what's best for their daughter, ideally, right? So I knew that was something that I wanted to address. Listen, we had a great conversation. I was just so grateful at how receptive he was to me, to us, to the news that we had to share, and to give me his permission, you know, to...
Well, the cute part was that he never answered, right? So Adam and my dad got along great. In fact, I was saying, like, I didn't leave you because I went upstairs to my former bedroom and I was packing a bunch of stuff because we just packed some suitcases, took some stuff back, and then we're going back in a couple weeks to New Jersey. Everybody's so concerned about my stuff there. We're going back in a couple of weeks and we're officially, like, moving all of my stuff. But in the meantime, I needed some things. Like, I left in August. I thought I was going to be gone for 2 weeks. I had a couple sundresses and flip-flops, a pair of sneakers, and a whole bunch of workout clothes. And that's all I had, not realizing it gets cold in Las Vegas. So I needed a jacket and some boots and stuff like that.
Clarify cold in Vegas.
For who? I mean, it gets down to freezing in the evenings, though, at night. But even 50 here is and I'm not, believe me, I'm so grateful. Look at us. It's March. Like, this is fantastic.
It's hot right now.
It's hot right now. But when it gets cold here and that wind blows, it gets cold. For me, it gets cold. I run on the colder side. Anyway, I needed some winter stuff. So I went upstairs to do that. And I felt bad because I had left Adam and my dad downstairs by themselves. They got along great. I came downstairs, they were like laughing and having a good time. So everything was great. You know, we told my dad that we were expecting, and he actually said that he already knew. Not because we told anybody, because he just said he had this premonition. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was really cool. And he was totally supportive. He was excited. And then the next day was Christmas, and then the following day we were leaving. So we stopped at the restaurant where he works that he owns, to have lunch with him. And he said to Adam, he said, I completely forgot that you asked me a question and I never gave you an answer.
Yeah.
You want to tell?
Go ahead.
And we were both like, what is he talking about? And he said, you asked for my daughter's hand in marriage. And he said, the answer is yes. So, I mean, I don't think it could have gone any better.
No.
And every time he calls, he asks about Adam, and he's very supportive, thankfully.
Yeah.
Because if he wasn't, that would be really, really difficult for me. I would feel like I was kind of, you know, a tug of war of people, but thank God that's not the problem. It's not a problem whatsoever. They love him. They being my family. What was your first impression of my dad?
I kind of like your family too.
Yeah.
Kind of hard not to. I mean, they're all great. They've been super supportive. And like I said before, I got to, you know, be there for the family when we did a Zoom call and everybody was on that. And just the way that everybody interacts, you know, it's a little bit different. My family is, and they laugh and joke about it, how loud everyone is, and how just, I guess, rambunctious, right?
Your family likes to pick at one another. Like bust each other's chops.
Yes, they do. They do. And it's nonstop. Whereas it was interesting to watch your family go back and forth. They were like, no, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just so courteous.
We're all girls though. You're mostly men.
Yeah, well.
That's a big difference too.
So
even
cool.
The women in your family, like they have that fun, playful.
Oh yeah.
Busting each other's chops. That's the only way I know how to do it. Side where my family can do that to an extent, but we're all like close sisters, like Kardashian-esque. So we joke with each other in a different way. Okay, somebody asked if we could do a video on a day in the life. That's cool. Does it feel? We'll definitely do that. And somebody asked for a baby update. So here's the bump. It's not that my bump still gets big and small. Like
what
it's
do you
weird.
mean it's not that? It's not what?
Compared to what it was the other day when we did that video together. It based off of what I eat and how much I eat. So I mean he's poking out, but we're gonna do a full. Tomorrow we have our anatomy scan. Hopefully we'll get a picture, a glamour shot of baby boy. But we'll do a whole video with an update on that. We always try to film as much of the doctor's appointments as we possibly can. Adam's definitely allowed in this one because it's an anatomy scan. So we'll get to that for you guys. That video will probably be posted next week, I'm sure. So does it feel weird or does it just feel normal to be back home? Oh, that's a good question. I like the way she put that.
What do you mean? For
like,
who?
For you. Does it feel weird or just normal that you're back home? Like,
I said this to John when we were out yesterday morning, taking a walk. I said, in some regards, it feels like I've been out for 5 years. Like this is not, like none of this is new. And I know that that's not the same for everybody because, I have what I do for work puts me, in close contact with individuals who are all coming out of some part of the system, and I realize how fortunate I am that I was able to have the support that I needed to the resources, to the mental health, just all the tools. So when I got out, I believe I had such a head start. And having you right next to me, we've talked about what those challenges were, like with the technology, but now like the technology, I feel much more confident with it. I'm at work every day. I'm in this routine and I'm working with, my situation is everybody knows my story. There's nothing that I have to hide or conceal. Like I don't have to watch my step. Like everything is just wide open. It's comfortable. I'm excited to come home every day. There's just so much to look forward to. But none of it gets old. Like looking around right now at the landscape, like this is just, I don't know how many times a day, like when we're out together, I'm like, man, just look at the view, look at the mountains. My God, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you guys will, and you were talking about that in a little more detail in the video where we talked about if we'll tell our son and our future children if we have more than one. We'll see how labor and delivery goes, to be determined. But about how when you drive home from work and the view and all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in a little more detail of what Adam was just talking about, it was posted last week. Also, the video that we post, that's posting tomorrow on Monday, is our evening routine. It's funny because there's a hilarious commentary from Adam, but in there you could just see how normal he is, like how it's just, he comes home from work and he's like, I'm home, and he says hi to the baby, and it's just, I don't feel like we have to make up for lost time in a bad way. Like I feel like we're on an eternal honeymoon, but I don't feel like you missed a beat. I don't feel like anything's awkward. I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells around you because I don't know how you're gonna react to things, or like you're kind of awkward. I'm saying I don't feel like you're kind of awkward and like a misfit, which there are people that say that they go through that when their loved one comes home after doing so much time, and it makes sense. But also Adam explains, I've explained this in a couple of videos, and we'll do it in future videos too if you guys want us to go into it more, but when he was in a penitentiary, a high security maximum prison, I said that backwards, a maximum security prison, he was very wound tight, but he had 10 years at a minimum security, medium security. And we were just talking about this the other day. The first 6 months to a year, he was really jumpy. He was really wound tight. He was around a lot of positive people, including at the time admin and staff and other inmates, that kind of helped him unwind from that. And you were saying, and if you want to elaborate, and we could do it in another video if you want or now, but if you didn't have that, you think your experience coming home would be very different.
Oh, 100%. You know, I credit everything has happened since I've been out to the last 10 years. And that's a big part of what I feel that, you know, my purpose is to make sure that the same opportunities, the same resources, all of that support and education and just the community, the environment that existed for a good portion of that 10 years, like that needs to be available to everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, like I and the other individuals who are with me, who are also doing phenomenally well, most of them have been out longer, but not all of them, like Keith, being out the same length of time as me, he's in the same situation.
Yeah.
Similar, I mean, just we're running parallel as far as experience, and both, you know, we exchange those thoughts, ideas every day, not every day, but throughout the week, and our experience is very different.
Yeah.
And I credit that to, you know, what was going on the inside.
Yeah.
So that needs to be, you know, the experience for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is, you know, it's not. Prison is a harsh place, and it promotes antisocial behaviors, and the more that we just lock people away, like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be more than just, you know, the individuals coming out who have that trauma then to deal with.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the family,
Yeah.
the friends, you know, and those persons that have some influence to help do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way that we're gonna make it better,
So I think we're going to end here because I just saw a comment, and I just want to address this and make sure everybody knows. If you don't see a live chat, there's nothing wrong with your account. She thought maybe she did something wrong. She's like, I've been a supporter forever. Why am I not allowed to comment? I think it's on our end. So either we had some issues setting this up, either we pressed something by accident, getting this on the tripod, getting it to go. We're always trying to find fun backgrounds for you guys, but we're in the mountains, so we don't have the greatest Wi-Fi, obviously. So it's either that, or YouTube is constantly updating that we haven't done a live video with comments in a while. The last one we did, we told you guys we weren't answering comments. We couldn't even see them. So there might be something on the back end that we have to press to turn on comments. So pinky promise you guys, it's more fun for us to interact and see your commentary too. It was not on purpose. It's not your accounts, it's us. We will figure this out, and then we'll do another live video sooner than later, because it has been a little while since our last one. But
okay.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, we love you guys. Stay tuned for that video tomorrow. It's hysterical. Somebody does not like one of my accessories for pregnancy, and you got to hear all about it in that one. It's our nighttime routine, but it's funny. I think it's hysterical. So we have that one, we have a baby food challenge coming, and then we have a little bit of a more serious one coming where I talk about fertility tips and how to get pregnant over 35 and especially after 40, because I got that question a lot from people who are waiting for their spouse to come home. So that's what you have to look forward to this week. We love you guys, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Do you want to flip this and show the view really quick? Now we have to figure out how to end this. It's so different from the way we were doing it before. There you go.